In this highly requested video, I'm going to show you exactly how to meet another person or group at the Cancun Airport when they're landing in a different terminal. So first, let's talk about the different terminals at Cancun Airport because this is where people get confused. There are 4 terminals total, but the ones you're most likely dealing with are terminals 2, 3, and 4. Now, Terminal 2 handles mostly domestic flights, and if you're watching this video, you are probably flying internationally. So Terminal 3 is where a lot of US carriers arrive, including United, American Airlines, and Delta. And then Terminal 4 is the newest and largest, and that's used by JetBlue, Southwest, Frontier, and most European and Canadian airlines. And another question I get a lot is, how do you know which terminal you are landing in? Well, now you know. It is determined by the airline that you're using. The easiest way to check an airline's landing terminal is to just Google it. Literally type in something like JetBlue Terminal Cancun Airport, and it will tell you exactly where they land. You can also check the official Cancun Airport website. There's a page that lists every airline by terminal. Sometimes the terminal shows up on your boarding pass or itinerary, but honestly, it's best to double check online just to be safe. I also have full walkthroughs of both Terminal 3 and 4 on my channel, which are really important to watch because they'll help you avoid major mistakes people often make when navigating the airport before exiting to meet the person or group they're connecting with. And I'll make sure to link those walkthroughs in the description below. So this step-by-step guide is from Terminal 3 to Terminal 4, but it's pretty much the same process if you're going from Terminal 4 to 3 as well. Once you exit the terminal, you'll want to start looking for the signs that say Inter-Terminal Shuttle. At Terminal 3, it's actually through this little side exit, which I had never even noticed before, so it might take a minute for you to find. And if you're not sure where to go, just ask one of the airport staff and they'll point you in the right direction. The shuttle is completely free and you do not need to book this in advance. It comes around every 20 minutes and there's not an official schedule posted, so you might have to wait a little bit depending on when the last one left. It's also air conditioned and totally safe. There's also room for luggage, so standard suitcases and carry-ons are no problem. But if you are with a larger group and have a lot of luggage, sometimes these shuttles do get crowded, so you might just have to wait for the next shuttle. And if you're with somebody that has mobility issues, most of the shuttles are accessible. They usually have ramps or a small step, and airport staff are more than happy to help if needed. Once you're on the shuttle, make sure you have your boarding pass ready because you will need this to re-enter the building at the other terminal. Now, they wouldn't let me film this part, but it's really easy. Once they check your boarding pass and let you through, just follow the signs to the main exit. You'll usually end up near the area where passengers come out from customs, which can get a bit chaotic. So just keep heading outside towards the designated spot for private transportation. Now, if you do have some time to kill before your group arrives, the airport does have several restaurants near the arrivals area where you can sit and grab something to eat or drink. Just keep in mind it's airport pricing, so things are definitely on the expensive side. If you don't feel like sitting in a restaurant, there's also plenty of benches and outdoor seating areas where you can hang out while you wait. So some really important tips here. One is if you've booked private transportation, which I always recommend and I go over more in my other Cancun Airport videos, make sure it's scheduled to pick you up at the terminal where you're meeting your group. Now, yes, they can take you from terminal to terminal, but it usually comes with an extra charge. So it's just much better to have everyone meet at the same terminal and start your transportation from there. Another really important tip is be careful of people who approach you outside the terminal offering to take you to the other terminal. Some will say it's free or included, but then try to charge you once you're already in the car or van. So just stick with the free shuttle or use your prearranged transportation, because if it sounds sketchy or too convenient, usually it is. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please drop those in the comment section below. I do respond to all comments and questions. And keep following me at 3 Days and Tres Noches. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok. And next month, I will be back in Cancun bringing you some more honest resort reviews.